What's up?
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, why do you say Allah is illogical?
It's just not logically possible for your God to be just one person and exist.
Or why? What's your argument for that?
Well, are you Sunni, first of all?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, you do believe in the 99 attributes of Allah, his names, right?
Oh, there are way more than 99.
Okay, whatever. Just you believe in
Okay.
at least 99 of them, right?
No, at least 99. I just told you there are way more than 99.
Okay.
But go ahead.
All right, bro. We're gonna argue on how many there were. Okay, good.
Yeah.
However many you think there are, you think there's at least 99 of them, right?
No, there is way, like I said, there
Oh
is
my
way more than
God, dude.
99.
Okay, give me a
We
number,
know,
bro. Give me how many attributes do you believe he
we know
has?
at least 140 of them.
Oh, that's an even number, bro. You got to keep it odd.
Oh,
141.
no. You don't. You don't.
Okay, okay.
But go ahead.
Okay? So you believe in 140 attributes of Allah?
No, there are way more. That's the ones
Way
we know
more.
in the
Okay, how many?
texts.
How many do you believe in?
Oh my God. They are not. You see, it says, "لو كان البحر مدادا
Oh my
لكلمات
God,
الله."
dude.
The
This
Quran
this guy
says,
this guy doesn't like. All right, I'm gonna mute you just because, like, bro, you don't get it. Like, I don't care how many there are. You do believe in them, right? Hello.
"Yeah." So don't put a number to it. I believe in the attributes and
Whatever,
names of
bro.
Allah.
Do you believe they're eternal?
Yes.
Okay. So these attributes, are they within his nature?
Yes.
Okay. So one of them is that he is the most loving, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Who was he loving before creation?
He's the most loving to us with his relationship to us.
Yeah. Good.
So
So before us, who was he loving?
he has other creatures that he knows best. So
He has what?
he has other creatures he created even before mankind.
Oh, okay. How many do you think he created?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have that knowledge. But
Cool.
I know he created the genes before us.
Okay,
Who
good.
lived on earth
Good,
before
good.
us.
So
Yeah,
before every
whatever he wills.
Imam, before every creation he could have ever possibly created, who did he love?
When you say something is most loving, okay, it has to be with relationship to someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's your point?
My point is, if he was eternally, my point is, if he's eternally loving and it's a relational thing, who was he loving? Yeah, I know. Who was he loving before creation?
Oh, so you're trying to say he loved the sun, huh?
No,
So
you guys don't believe in the son. No, I'm not
yeah, that's what
asking
I'm
that.
saying. So why are you saying? You're saying Allah has to be triune, so he has to love the sun.
I'm not saying any of that. I'm just asking a very simple. I'm just asking, bro. I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm just asking you, who was he loving before creation? That's it.
When we say Allah has attributes and names, doesn't mean that these attributes and names. First of all, there's difference between names and attributes. Okay. Yeah, relax.
No, sorry, no, it was funny, bro. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, relax. Okay, relax. Relax, bro. Yeah. So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala can love whoever or whatever. He doesn't have to. We don't have to know who He loves or how He does it. But relationship to us as human beings, we know He loves us. So I don't get your point.
Yeah, my point is, I know you're going to say that he loves us, right? Huh? But according to you guys, he's eternally loving. So before us, who was he loving? I think it's a very honest. You don't know. Okay. I don't have that knowledge. Yes. Is it possible? Let's explore this next question. Is it possible for him to love anyone?
It's possible, but I don't have
that. Okay.
I don't have that knowledge.
If it's not creation, what options do we have that he could possibly love?
Like I said, I don't have that knowledge.
Okay. So this is my point. Hold on, babe. This is my point. Your God is illogical because when
because I don't know doesn't make it illogical.
Yes, it does. Because if we think about it, there's only two options that there could be if there's no creation. Okay? Because remember, we're talking about before creation.
Yeah,
So the only two options. If you want to hear my argument, you be quiet and hear what I'm about to say. Okay. Because if we're going to think about this logically, there's only two options you can select, and both of them you'll reject. Either A, he has multiple persons within his being, like a Trinity, or B, there's another God. Both you reject. So if you reject both of them, there's no other option as to who he was loving. The answer is no one, nothing. He wasn't loving before creation.
Okay, so that's okay. So he has another person within himself that he loves. It's not your argument about Trinity.
So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's an option that you reject. So that's not an option.
No, it's okay. I want to tell you why that option is wrong.
I already agreed that you believe it's wrong, bro. So if it's,
but I want to tell you why you
no,
that's the
brother,
so
no, Iman, I'm already agreeing with you from your paradigm. You believe it's wrong. So if it's wrong,
no, it's not
so if it's Iman, hey, brother, listen, bro, dude, this is not going to work, man. This is not going to work. You're not going to shift the argument to make it into something that I'm not even arguing. I'm not arguing that it's the Trinity because you don't believe it's the Trinity. So if you don't believe that it's Trinity, that's fine. We're going to go with your paradigm. This is an internal critique. According to your beliefs, if it's not a triune God, if it's not another God, and we know it's not creation because we're asking before creation, who could he be loving? That's it. That's what I want to know. From an internal critique, from your paradigm, who did he love? Very simple.
So let me make this clear to you. First of all, when we say that Allah's names are eternal, we have some attributes of him that are eternal. Not all his attributes and names are eternal. Some of them are with relationship with human beings, with us.
So then they're not eternal?
Allah is lenient. Allah is soft with his servants. So you cannot say because Allah is soft with his servants, so Allah is soft whether they are servants or not. The verses are clear. These things are clear. For you to want to put words into the Quran and say, okay, if Allah is merciful, if there are no human beings, then who is he merciful to?
Yeah, that's something you okay, good. Mercy. Okay, Iman. I get it.
Yes.
This is you're just proving my point that these attributes are not eternal, right?
Some of them.
Okay, good. Even if there's just one of them, that these attributes you said are within his nature. That means there's something within his nature that's not eternal, which would mean he's not eternal himself.
No, don't say
no.
that.
Don't say that. No.
So hold on. So if you're saying that God decided to strike hell, that there won't be hellfire anymore for anyone.
We're talking about his attributes.
I'm saying the same thing. So Allah puts people in hell, right? And you believe God put people in hell.
That's not an attribute. That's not an attribute. We're talking about his attributes.
He punishes with the hellfire.
That's an action that happens within time. I'm talking about his attributes.
So actions that happen within time.
Okay, good. So is him being the most loving an attribute?
What do you mean by an attribute?
Oh, now you don't know what it means to be an attribute. Listen to yourself. Now, first you know what an attribute is. Then you say some of them are eternal, some of them are not. Now you want to know what an attribute actually is. Are you serious right now?
I'm trying to get from your own perspective.
Is him being the most loving eternal? Yes or no?
No.
It's not the most eternal. Okay. So is that you said it's within his essence? You said within his nature.
I never said that. I didn't say
you said that he's when I asked you, is the most loving within his nature? You said yes.
To human beings, yes.
Okay, good. So was that actively happening? Was that actively happening before creation? Was he loving before creation? Yes or no?
I said no. I don't have that knowledge.
Thank you. So that means according to your admission, him being the most loving is within his nature and it's not eternal. That means there's something within his nature, a part that is created. No. That's the only logical conclusion based on what you're saying, bro. You don't even realize the implications of what you're saying. What you're saying is, if you're saying that he is the most loving, it's an attribute within his nature, but it's not eternal, that means it's created. It's created within time. That means there's a part of Allah that is within, that's him, that is created. He cannot be an eternal God. It's illogical to say that he's eternal and has an attribute that's created. That's why my prompt is true. Allah is illogical.
Okay. So, but you believe God is the Father, right?
Oh, okay. So you want to run from this? So you concede that Allah is illogical?
I want to give a similar.
Do you concede that Allah is illogical?
Nope.
Okay.
No,
then answer the attribute. How is he eternally the most loving then?
He's eternally the most loving with respect to his creation. He always creates.
Okay, so then we're eternal.
No.
So
Allah always creates different things. Doesn't we die? We are not.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
Die,
so it's necessary for Allah to be eternally creating if it's eternal, correct?
Can you repeat the question?
Allah being the creator, is that an eternal attribute?
Yes.
Okay. So that means it's necessary for him to create to be that attribute, correct?
Oh, I think I see what you're saying right now. So, when you say something is somebody's attribute, it's somebody's capability, what he can do. It's not necessarily something somebody does all the time.
Okay, good. So then him being the creator is just a capability.
Yes, he can create. He's the creator. But for you to say it means he's creating, if he doesn't create, he's no more Allah. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does. Here's why. Because if he can freely choose not to create, that means there's something within his nature that can change, which would once again mean he's not eternal, which means my prompt is once again true. Allah is illogical.
It doesn't make it. What do you? Okay, so I am a good person. That's my nature. It's my attribute to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I'm not being good to anyone at that point. Does that not make me a good person?
It makes you a creature. You're within time. Yeah, you can do that. We change because we're not eternal.
So I have changed just because I was brushing my teeth and not doing good.
You've changed every single second that you've been speaking right now, because change is nothing but movement. That's all it is. So time is the measurement of change and movement. No, so when you go from being happy to sad, that's a change. The reason why hold on. Hey, bro, you need to be quiet so you can hear what I'm saying, because I don't think you really understand what my arguments are, because you don't understand certain things that have to be true and not true. Okay. If you're created and within time, you are a being that changes. If you're outside of time, then you don't change. Okay? So Allah, if he's eternal, he doesn't change. He has necessarily, if there's any change within him, then he is a squared circle. He cannot be eternal and change at the same time. That's not logical. You describing us saying, I go from happy to not happy, good to acting bad. No, all of those things are to you. They're true to you because you are created.
Well, that's not what I said. I didn't say from good to not good. I'm still good. I didn't change to not being good. I was just not good for some time. I was busy taking care of myself.
That's a change. That's a change.
No, that doesn't mean I'm bad.
Yes, it does. Like, yes. So when you're not good, you're not good. Like, that's what you are. When you behave good, you're good. Those are changes.
You want me to be good all the time. All I do is good and nothing else.
What?
That's what you mean. I just wake up. All I do is good. I can't.
Iman, you don't get it, bro. Here's the thing. The analogy doesn't fit because you are within time. You can't compare yourself to Allah if he's outside of time. You can't say, oh, wait, I was good at this and I didn't change. You are a creature that changes. Allah is not. He's supposed to not be. But according to how you describe Allah, he changes.
Allah became bad?
What?
Did Allah become bad from good?
It's not my argument. My argument is if there's an attribute within him that changes, that means he's within time, which means he can't be eternal.
You're not getting my point. There's an attribute within him that only exists, that only shows when needed.
Right. That's a change.
So that doesn't make him somebody that changes. He has that attribute.
Yes, it does. Here, let me prove it. Let me prove it. A light bulb that has an off and on switch to either turn on the light or turn it off. Okay. When that light is off, it has the capacity to shine a light. Yes?
Yes.
When you turn it on, then it shines a light. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. When it goes from not shining a light to shining a light, that's a change, right?
Not necessarily.
So going from off to on is not a change. That's not a change.
But that doesn't take.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If I understand that the capacity to shine a light didn't change, but the state as to what this capacity was doing changed. Okay. So it went from potentially shining a light to actually shining a light. If Allah has potential within him where he has the capacity to love, but he's not loving, and then he starts loving with creation, that's a change within him, which means he's not eternal.
I already told you that not all the attributes are eternal, so I don't get your point.
You already said the most loving is eternal.
No, it's not.
Okay. Is the capacity for him to love eternal?
No. You know why?
See you later, bro. Hey, see you later, bro. You know I got the YouTube clip, bro. I'm good. That's it. See you later, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good. There's only so much we can there's only so much we can do in these conversations where they get so it's heightened, right? We have to cut it short because the absurdities are so big. It can just go crazy, man. It can just go nuts.